What's good, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of launching our e-commerce store. So yesterday on part 1, we built the entire front end of the website. So as you can see here, this is the desktop version. And as you know, more people in the world today are on their phones than anything. So this is the mobile version as well. So we spent 2 hours building out the front end of the website to make sure it looks good. And we put together a bunch of different things. And you can see when you add products to the cart, we do get things to add to the cart. This is what the product pages look like. Some of the products that we have, we were able to put different types, right, and colors. So for example, you can add this version, Venom, to the cart. So when you go to cart, I did do one thing offline, off camera, and I'll show it here. Essentially, I added SMTP. So it's our means of sending emails out to ourselves and to clients when orders come through. And that is the only backend that we have on this application right now. We will just be using email as a serverless application, essentially, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and proceed to checkout just to show a quick example of what that might look like. So I'll do Elijah. Test. And then 1000 North Menard, Chicago, IL 60645. And I got to change some of this text because this is not relevant for the customer. I got to put these images back in here. But as you see, this is how we're going to handle checkout. Right now, we don't have Stripe set up yet, but we will do that as well. So this is just to show where we've gone so far. So as you see, the person sees a success screen that says, hey, you got something coming. So I'm going to show an example of what that looks like, right? So we get an email now that says, hey, this person so-so ordered. This is their address. This is what they ordered. This is the total they paid. Right, so this is just a very simple back end right now that we've just set up, hooked up to the website. So that's the only thing I did off camera, and I just did that right now, and I didn't want to show some secrets for my email. That's why I did it off camera. But anyway, right now we're gonna focus on a couple things, right? So we have to patch this thing up. I'll bring up my notes. So the front end looks pretty nice. We tested the cart functionality to show you guys what that looks like. The next big thing is we need to start processing payments with Stripe. We need to clean up the checkout using images of the product instead of blank placeholders in product. I think it's cart summary. In cart summary. Okay, and we also need to clean up the text. Checkout page text. Like, there were a couple of texts in there that were pretty redundant that we're gonna get rid of. So I'm gonna go back to cart. Proceed to checkout. I also don't know if that's redundant, right? So it's like, yeah, seems fine. The language about Stripe and secure payments is great, but the other language is not. Needs to be modified. The language around Stripe and secure payments in green color is nice for trust, but the other is not necessary. We can just say, look at your email for confirmation details. Details from therapy equipped at gmail.com. Check spam if you do not see immediately, or contact support. Okay. So, okay, we need to actually process checkout with payment using Stripe. No. Okay. Cool. We also need to email confirmation receipt to our customers when the order is finished, similar to how we email ourselves, the admin. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is change the Pro Product Hero image, but that I will give it to do separately as a separate task. So the first things that we're gonna do is rip what we just talked about. So we need to fix up all these things, the images here, and we also need to make sure we're sending that confirmation email to people. So we get an email, but we also need to make sure, for example, in the test I just ran right now, I was supposed to receive an email, but I didn't. So yeah, so that's something we need to make sure is working. So, okay, we're compacting, and that basically means that we have been pushing this thing a little bit to get things done, which is a good sign. So right now we're just gonna go ahead and start thinking about how we're gonna put things up. So this is gonna end up in Vercel, 143 files, nothing too crazy. A lot of those are images. So yeah, we've got something cooked up that's pretty okay to go to production. I feel like folks online could go on this and will generally be like okay with the product. So let's see. Okay, one thing I might do is swap the buttons. Shop now might be white, and then why get equipped might be black. Let's do that as well. It's a good idea. Okay, we'll do it alongside this. Let's swap the color of the buttons. Shop and why get equipped on the hero section of the home page. Black for shop, or white for shop. White for shop now, black for the other. Okay, next, change our T-gun Pro Product Hero image to image shown is wrong. Let's just say that. Currently it's wrong. Okay, that's it. It is incorrect though. Okay. Oh, when the Saints go marching, oh, when the Saints. Okay, while that's cooking up, guys, I just really wanted to make this video to show the end process, right? So yesterday it was 2 hours long, and I didn't know exactly how much longer it would take. So I didn't want us to basically sit there together and like twiddle thumbs. So I took some time to just kind of, get away from the project for a bit. But as you see, where we picked up right off where we left off, well, with a slight improvement, which was just the email being set up to make sure we can send email after confirmation. But besides the point, we have basically made a little bit of more progress, and we're almost there. We're like at the finish line. We're really close, like 90% there. So the last things we have to do is make sure this checkout experience is really, really clean. And once the checkout experience is clean and we're getting some information, and then our customers also getting information about the confirmation to their emails, then from that point on, it's a little bit simpler. And then we just need to go on production. And the way we're going to go about doing that is, one, we're going to push to GitHub, and then two, we're going to open a Vercel project of our GitHub repository. So then we're going to push our security key. So ENV is essentially the thing I didn't want to share on screen, and you should not share this with anyone. It's basically your password for your applications. So if you want one application to talk to another application, in this case, we're using our website to talk to our Gmail, and we're using that to talk to Stripe as well. So we need passwords. They're basically called ENV variables or API keys. And we need those secrets for these things to talk to each other properly. So as you see here, actually, I didn't put it in here, but you'll notice that some test ENVs are here, right? So it's editing that right now. And the reason I'm sharing this is because this is not going to hurt me in any way. But I can't share with you guys the actual information. So that I have to keep hidden. So yeah, besides the point, the next thing we got to do is put this thing on Vercel, go on production, and then put our actual ENV variables for production on Vercel. And then once we get that done, then we're basically in prod, right? So there's going to be our domain that will be connected to the project from that point on. So then anyone that wants to go on therapyequip.com to get a massage gun, you can go on therapyequip.com after this video is published. I'm pretty sure it's going to be working. So if you're watching right now and you want a massage gun, therapyequip.com, you can go ahead and test out the website that we just built together. You can test everything and give me feedback on it. Be like, this works, this doesn't work. What about this, Elijah? That kind of thing. And you can also buy yourself a massage gun. You can buy your friend a massage gun. You can buy your mom a massage gun. You can buy your dad a massage gun. If you have sisters or brothers, you can buy them a massage gun. If you have cousins, nieces, nephews, you can buy them a massage gun. I think you get the point. But anyways, I really enjoyed building this, really quickly, and also just documenting the entire process while I was doing it. I hope this kind of motivates somebody out there as well to just know, if they're thinking about these things and they think it's complicated or overwhelming, I think there are ways about doing it that is, obviously my experience has led me to a point where I feel comfortable doing it. But I hope at least the video kind of shows that it's possible to kind of put things together like that. And it might take some time. It took me 2 hours yesterday and probably another hour today, right? So that's 3 hours in 2 days. It might take you longer. It might take you less time. But from watching this probably that it is possible. It's going to take time, but it is possible, right? And you just have to know the right things to use. And I've showed you the things I use, right? There are different things you could use as well. But I've showed you things I've used that was able to make it possible in a certain amount of time. So, you can kind of take this and reverse engineer it how you want to build something that you like. Or you can go ahead and pay Shopify $30 a month. But keep this in mind. If you do pay Shopify, you're going to have to build a website anyway. You're going to have to build what people are checking out on. And that might take you 3 hours. That might take you 2 hours. That might take you an hour, right? So you might end up paying and having to do the same amount of work anyway. So keep that in mind. This is just me being particular. And I also want to test things. I enjoy doing stuff like this. So it'll give me some joy to put this out there and people actually use it. And I get some sales and I'm like, whoa, what is going on, right? So, that's kind of the way I think about things. So yeah, let's see. I want to see if it did anything to change anything here. Let's see, check out. Nice. Okay, cool. Okay, perfect. And it puts the product images as we requested. So it's making some good changes. The next thing really is the Stripe checkout, making sure it's doing Stripe checkout. But I think we're doing pretty good, yo. I think we're doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good. It's making good progress. I think it created the checkout section or session. The API via Stripe, as you can see here. going to initialize Stripe, and it's going to grab a checkout section or checkout session. It's going to pull in the product name, the pricing, and add shipping as a line if applicable. It's going to set up the checkout session, put all the information it needs, and then it's going to go ahead and handle checkout for us. So that's essential. We need to collect payment. And Stripe is the way. If you've never used Stripe before, Stripe is the way. It's the bread and butter of everybody. Even Shopify uses Stripe. Like, right, everything that you're going to be using out there is most likely using Stripe. Yeah, they're most likely using Stripe. So it might, if you want to be interested in being a developer, you might as well learn how to use Stripe. Or if you're just like, I have extra time and I can build my own stuff. Dude, everyone these days is a developer. Like, honestly, if you get an AI, you're a developer. Like, you're a developer. That's all it is. Just just do stuff. Just do stuff. Okay. Anyways, let's go back. Let's see where we at. We don't really need a guide, but that's fine. I think that's fine. I think the next thing we wanted to do is ready to be doing right now. So we're gonna go ahead and give it that feedback, and then we're gonna go ahead and test the Stripe stuff. Okay, let's get that going. Let's see. So we're gonna do same thing. Order. Okay, failed. Not found. Good. Glad to see that. At least it's having an error as opposed to nothing. Okay. I know why it's having an error. Okay. This is something else I'm going to cut, guys, from showing you guys. So I have to put in the env variable, the secret, our Stripe secret key. And that is essential. Again, like I told you guys, that is how the application talks to each other. And without those keys, so there is a Stripe publishable key, and there's a Stripe secret key. The publishable key is how you talk to like public, and it's public facing, it's on the front end. The private key is how you talk to your own thing in the back, right? So you don't want to share the private one. The public one you can share, it's your public address. The private one you don't want to share. So I'm gonna go ahead and rerun the server now. Before I do that, let me cover this up. I'm gonna go ahead and, actually I'm just gonna switch files. I'm gonna go ahead and rerun the server now just to give us a fresh load. And then I'm gonna try to check out again and see if I run into the same error or if everything is fixed now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put stuff in here. Ooh, there's a little fly in here, bruh. Tiny guy. Yo, watch out, bro. Not my teeth. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try again. Creating Stripe checkout session, as you guys saw. Something. It's a bunch of weird errors, but origins don't match. Okay, so we need some sort of CORS policy. But as you see here, guys, it loads up and it tells the person, what they're buying. I do want to see if there's a way to like integrate the checkout session into like our page itself. So it's not having to load this, but I think this is fine. They already got all the stuff it needs. Yeah, they're just putting in a card. Okay, so if you're testing with Stripe, test cards, Stripe. They'll give you test cards that you can use to check out. And this is just for testing purposes, right? So these are obviously not real credit cards, guys, but it's for testing purposes. Where's our thingy? Oh, it's here. I was like, where's our application? And from this point, you can just put random stuff. Okay. No need to save that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pay. no thanks, success, order successfully placed, customer receipt sent, right? So there we go, guys. There we go, guys. We're collecting payment. And to confirm that we are collecting payment, I'm going to go ahead back to Stripe, and I'm going to go to home transactions actually. And as you see, the $88 is posted. And of course, this is test data. It's not real transactions, but the applications are talking to themselves properly. So all we need to do is switch this to production and change the keys, the private keys, public keys, right? So, and it would work exactly as we want it to, right? So this is the T-Gun Pro, T-Gun Lite, Green Goblin. It tells us exactly what the person's buying. So that's perfect, right? So we got what we need, right? We got what we need working. So we're collecting payment, and we're also getting the information that we need about the order, right? So we know this person ordered this, and we collected the money, and we got the information, what we need. The next thing we're gonna test to see is, did the customer get their receipt? Yes, they did. Order confirmed, therapy equipped. Hi Elijah, thank you for your order. Your order is received, will process the next 1 to 2 business days. This is your order, this is your shipping address, this is how much you paid. Yeah, and it tells you what's next, right? So, boom. All right, so our backend is kind of cooking. We got something going here. It's not like stale or anything like that, right? The next thing now is to clean up the things that we mentioned. So let's see how far along we have made progress in that. So we're gonna go back. Boom, so it did it. Shop now is white, I get equipped is black. So I think that's better. It looks a little bit cleaner because it's easier to see shop now, and that's what we want people to look at. So hopefully people are pressing that. Besides that, T-Gun Pro, boom. The hero photo has also changed to what we wanted. I think this is cleaner because it shows more the product that people actually are buying. So yeah, we got everything that we kind of wanted to clean up for the most part. So we're gonna go check. So we've done all this stuff. Now it's about pushing it to production and putting it on Vercel, putting the ENVs we need, and adding the domain, and then testing it in production to make sure production is good. So we're gonna go ahead and try to rip this as quickly as we can. So first things first is pushing the production, and before we do that, we want to make sure everything builds properly. So the first thing you want to do is run npm run build, and this is just to make sure you don't have any TypeScript errors. And as you can see here, we have a couple TypeScript errors. So even though your application might be working, you might have TypeScript errors. And it's basically just like language. You know how like you're in your English class and your professor's like, it makes sense, your sentence makes sense, but your comma is like here and your period is here. So it's like you have a run-on sentence, like it's like grammatical errors essentially, right? So it's like mostly that's what that is. You can still understand what the person's saying, right? But it's like, hey, like, you know, you have your comma wrong. So that's basically what these errors mostly are about. Like if you read some of these, it's like something is a type and must be imported with a type only import when, you know, so it's very specific. It's like you have to do it in this way. It must be imported using a type only import, right? And those are mostly the errors. Placeholder is declared, but its value is never read. So it's like we declared something, but we never used it. So it has an issue with that. It's like, hey, you put this thing in the code, but you're not using it. Can you get rid of it? Basically, that's what it's saying, right? So that's kind of where we're at in terms of building this, right? So we're gonna go ahead and clean this up, and then we're gonna go ahead and rebuild this. And once we rebuild, I'm pretty positive that, you know, things are gonna look pretty crispy, and it's gonna be pushed up very easily to GitHub. And then from on after GitHub, then we're gonna be able to get it on Vercel. I think very relatively simple. Let me make sure, like, do I have any other things in here? I do have quite a couple projects in here actually. Yeah, I have quite a couple projects in here. But anyways, let's go, guys. Remove unused variables in product. See, that's what we're doing. Fixing type imports and removing unused variables. So once we remove all the unused variables, I think there's like 2 of them. Once we remove those, I think we just need to rebuild. So okay, it's running build. So I'm just gonna cancel that and redo it myself. So last time we found 9 errors. Now it's building perfectly built. See, everything's good. It built to 1.97 seconds. That was super quick. So it's a lightweight project, as you can see. So okay, thing builds. So then now the next step is just push up, prod. So we're gonna prod it. We're gonna prod it. We're gonna prod it up. 19%. Let's see what we got going on here. Cool. Cool, guys. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're getting closer and closer and closer. So once it's on GitHub, we're just gonna go ahead and add a new project. If it lets me add a new project, maybe not. Maybe not. Still pushing. It is a fresh push, so it's understandable. Maybe I should be more patient, actually. I was like, why you're not working? Okay, we're gonna close this. Close this as well. Okay, cool. Let's see. Come on. Can we make a new project? Cool. There we go. So okay, we got 2.0 here. So this is what we need. We're gonna import this one. So this is the one we were pushing up to 2.0. We're gonna import that. It's Vite. We do need env variables, and like I mentioned, guys, this is the part where I will cut again because I need to put stuff in that unfortunately are not for your eyes. Which is okay. Which is okay. Wait, can I just paste it? Nah, it's fine. That's fine. Gotta put it in there anyway. Okay. So I'll cut this part, the screen out at least, so you can still look at me, which is fine. But for your project as well, just make sure if you're pushing to production, all your env variables, make sure you cover your bases. 1, 2, 3, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. Variable 5 is in. Variable 6. Variable 7. Variable 8. Variable 9. And guys, variable 10. Okay. I wonder if the API URL has to be different from the, I wonder if the API variable has to be different. Okay, the Stripe ones I need to come back to because I need to actually create those new ones. So the from email, user, it's the same. From name is just therapy equipped. SMTP from Gmail. Password. To email. I think it's just the reply to email. Okay, I need to figure out the API URL needs to be different. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and pull my Stripe test, or not my test, exit test mode, and get the keys I need for production. Publishable key. It was pretty easy to pull up. Publishable key. Okay, reveal live key, reveal. Okay, let's reveal it. Okay. Sending me a verification code so I can reveal it. Actually, I'm here now. I'm here now. It's me, guys. It's me. Another one? Jeez. Thank you for securing my account, guys. On all types of forms. Okay. So this is kind of part of it. Part of the work to do. Okay, I got the key. Private key. Public key, private key. And then URL. Okay, I need to figure out the URL. I have one URL for the Vite application, therapyequipped.com. Do I need a different URL for my Vite API URL? Question mark. Okay. I'm asking it about whether or not I need to have different URLs or if I can just use one. Oh, okay. Production is cool. I just need this. Okay, cool. It's the same. It's the same, guys. It's the same. We're chilling. Okay, cool. So we got all our env variables. So we can just go ahead and hit deploy. Okay, we're gonna deploy this bad boy, which does not exist. Stripe secret key. What? Why does that not exist? Very strange stuff. Ah, I see. Okay. I see. The Vercel JSON needs to be edited. Okay. The server can't have it in the JSON file. All right, cool. So we're gonna push this up. Okay. We're gonna push this up, and once it's up, looks like it's good. We're gonna try redeploy again. It already exists. Use a new name. Why? How does it already exist? I think the first one pushed, but then it had an error. Yeah, I pushed, but it had an error. Oh, there we go, guys. Look at that. Guys. Okay, we need to make sure. What is wrong with the build logs? Whatever. We need to check settings, deployment. How do we get there, guys? Okay. Settings, env. Okay, all the envs look like they are there. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna cut this too. Okay, yeah, it's good. All right, we're on prod, baby. We are in prod. So we need a domain. We need a domain, guys. We're gonna add our domain, therapyequipped.com. Yes, production, save, domain added. And what do we need to do now? Okay, we need to point DNS, so we're gonna go to our domain here. We're gonna go to our domain, guys. We're gonna change it up. Therapyequipped.com. Gonna hit the domain. Hit the domain DNS records. So I'm gonna add a new record. I think it's an A record. I think the value is this one. Where is it at? Where is it at, guys? It's an A record with an at. Okay, so I'm gonna save this one. I think there's another one that I need to do. Take a look at it. Oh, no, cancel. Okay, this one. Whoa. Why you need me to do so much, bruh? Okay, that's fine. This one is also an A record with an at. Okay, I need to remove these, apparently. 1376. Okay, I'll remove it. Apparently there's another one. I don't see any other ones, guys. Maybe this one. I don't need a builder. Okay, let's see. 21619. All right. Let's see. Refresh, come on. Nice. We're generating SSL certificate. So what that means is we're gonna be live. We are gonna be live, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're curious what that's gonna look like, so it's still loading. That's why it hasn't given me this domain yet, but this is live. So if this link is gonna come on very soon once the domain proxies are set up properly. But boom, you see, guys, we are in production. We are in production. So this is accessible online for anybody that's out there that wants to use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, actually. So we pushed a prod, we launched on Vercel, we added ENS, we added our domain. I do want to test on our domain, just to kind of polish things fully. So let's see how far away we are from this thing working properly. Yeah, it's gonna take some time. Oh, it looks like this one might be done. Let me test here first. Ah ha ha. Ladies and gentlemen, we are online. Therapyequipped.com, guys. We are activated. If anyone is interested in buying any products, go on therapyequipped.com. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually buy one of these products right now. So I'm gonna give us our T-Gun Lite. Check out. So I'm gonna do another test here for myself. Place an order for myself. And boom, that's why you always gotta test in production, guys. That's how you always gotta test in production. Okay, so it's having this issue because the server is not running. I think it did mention that Vercel was ignoring something. Review this. Production is failing. So I think I have an idea why. Let me go back to this appointment. It gave me this warning. SD card got full for a quick second there. Okay, so we got 7 minutes left on this new SD card. So we got to figure out this problem and test this thing in production in 7 minutes or less. So I'm gonna stop yapping. So we figured out the issue. It was a course policy issue. So whenever our site loads, it loads from here, you know, with www, but then we had some incorrect no www in one of our env files. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that as well. So I'm gonna go back to our env, and I'm gonna make sure it has the www that it needs in the email, in the URL, I mean. So we're gonna go ahead and edit that. Okay, so we're gonna make sure it has www in the email or in the URL. And let's see. And this was just a warning. So we might not even really need to do that, but it would be nice to just push this up so it does a fresh deployment. So we're gonna get a fresh deployment going. So then it's gonna reload the new env that we just did. As you see, I wanted to do a redeploy, but I think it's better to just push a new change, because then when we push a new change, it's just gonna redeploy, and then we're gonna be able to retest again. So we might not even need to reload anything, really. So we're here now. We might not need to reload anything. We just need to wait a couple seconds for the fresh build. So, okay, 21 seconds. So we're gonna go ahead and try now. Okay, still failed. Okay, let's refresh then. Let's refresh. Okay, therapy equipped. We're gonna go shop. We're gonna add the red product. We're gonna go to cart. Oh, it's already there. We're gonna proceed to checkout. Okay, we got our stuff in there, right? So we're gonna go ahead and try again. Okay, boom, loading, loading, loading. Okay, guys, look at that. This time around, we actually do get a Stripe payment. So this part I'm not gonna show on screen, of course. I'm not gonna give you my credit card, but I'm gonna test live with my credit card. 40. I was just reading off my credit card. At least now you know the first couple digits. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Okay, guys. We hit pay. We hit pay and we got a success, but we also got a 404. So we got to figure that out. Okay. No, no, no. That's success. Payment, but error on the success page. Okay. That's not fun. That's not good. Why you do that to me, mate? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give it all the data it needs, and hopefully we can figure this out, guys. In the next couple minutes, I'm gonna look at the logs to see what it gave us. So I'm gonna pull this up, refresh. Is there anything new? Nothing fresh. Okay, so I'm gonna give it this and see if we can figure out this issue. But if you notice, guys, if we go back here, you'll see that the order did go through. The issue really was just the success email or the success page. But right, guys, that is important. That is essential, right? That's not something you can overlook, right? People need to see a success page. Like, no one's gonna be excited after seeing that. They're gonna be like, "Who scammed me?" Okay, but as you see here, Stripe collected the payment successfully. And I bet you as well that the user also got an email. Oh, actually, the user did not. So I did not get a success email, as you can see here. So that is actually concerning. I might go check my spam, for example. Yeah, there's nothing in spam. So it didn't quite complete the flow. So yeah, we're gonna figure out why. Okay. The route exists in code. So I need to configure client-side routing. Okay. It thinks it's a file, but it's a routing issue. Okay. Cool. This is exactly why you need to test in prod, guys. This is why you need to test in prod, guys. Essential. Okay. 20 more seconds, guys. We're almost out of space on their SD card. The pressure is on, guys. The pressure is mounting. Okay, let's see. Where are we at with the production deployment? Where are we at? 16 seconds. Almost live. Almost there, baby. Okay. Almost there. Okay, we're going to go back to cart. Proceed checkout. We're going to do it again. Hopefully this doesn't get rejected with my credit card. Company. Thinking like, yo, why is you charging you so much money? This ain't cheap, bruh. You know what? Actually, I'll do something else. I want to try a new product. I know, guys. Sorry, I am wasting my time too. I don't have enough time, but I do want to test a different product, just to show you guys that it has range. It's not just, you know, a fluke. So consider this the final, you know, words on the video itself, because this thing is going to go out on me in any second now. So I'm glad you guys watched this video. I hope you found this entertaining or educational. Continue to build. If you have any questions about building stuff, let me know. I hope this was very entertaining for you guys, folks that don't really care about the programming side of things, but just wanted to watch something that they think will be entertaining. For the folks, I hope you guys also learned something as well. And as you see here, we're checking out, we're getting the success, and boom, we got the success page, right? So my thing is gonna go out any second now, but I wanted to show you, we did get the confirmation email this time around. Order confirmed. Hi, Elijah, this is coming. T-Roller, again, we tried a different product. You can see here that everything kind of went through. We're gonna go in Stripe and we're gonna show transactions. And as you can see, $30. And we're gonna open it up and boom, T-Roller and shipping. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This was part 2 of how to launch your own e-commerce website without using Shopify. I hope you found this entertaining. It was your boy Elijah. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.